The best, you can be the King Kong banging on your chest.
You can beat the world, you can beat the war. You can talk to God, go banging on his door.
You can throw your hands up, you can beat the clock. You can move a mountain, you can break rocks.
You can be a master, don't wait for luck. Dedicate yourself and you gon' find yourself
standing in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
And the world's gonna know your name.
Yeah.
Oh, it allows learners to test their spelling, maths and science skills and compete in live real-time challenges against learners from all over the world using the online World Education Games website. That's the World Education Games, which is the world's largest education competition and an exciting free-to-enter online education event for schools and learners all over the world. Learners between the ages of 4, believe it or not, up to 18 from over 200 countries will participate in an international celebration of learning and the 3-day global competition which incorporates World Spelling and World Science Days. Well, to tell us more about the event, we are joined by the CEO for the Africa side of the competition, Ron Masefield, and one of the learners that's going to be taking part, Vicky Govender, who's from Beaulieu Preparatory School. Good to have both of you in studio and welcome to Morning Live.
Thank you.
All right, so my first impression, Ron, was this is kind of like the Olympic Games of the mind for scholars.
Well, that is absolutely what we're trying to achieve.
Yeah.
Because just like Brian Habana is revered, then we want the learners to get rewarded for education.
Yeah, I mean, it would be, and that's the whole thing. I mean, I don't know who it was yesterday that during their interview was just saying the fact that they want to use their mind as a weapon, and the best weapon you can have is a brilliant mind, and this is what shapes our children's minds.
Absolutely, and we're trying to make it fun too, by making it available all over the world for free, and just to get kids to enjoy it and have fun. There are prizes, but it's just really to take part.
Yeah. All right. So let's take a step back now and give us a little bit of background about these World Education Games. When did they start? And tell me a few more things about it.
The first event was just World Maths Day in 2007. And that's grown to include World Literacy Day and World Science Day. And those three are now forming part of World Education Games.
Okay.
So it's a 3-day event, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday next week. And we expect 5 million learners to take part.
Wow, globally.
Globally,
5 million learners.
Yeah.
And everybody goes on to the site at different times, or how does it actually work?
It starts on the 13th of October, when the 13th of October is somewhere in the world.
Yes.
So it will actually still be the 12th here.
Okay.
Because of the time zones.
Yeah.
So it's those 3 days, 13th, 14th and 15th. You can go on at any time and take part in any of those 3. And each challenge is 1 minute long, and you need to do 20 maths, 20 spelling, and 20 science.
Yeah.
Or you can just do a mixture of those.
Fantastic. So, Vicky, you're going to be participating in this. What made you decide to participate?
Well, first of all, it's a big privilege and honor to me to be selected. And maths has always been a big part of me. I mean, I started it with my mom when I was very young.
Yeah.
And I've grown up to it.
So when you say you were selected, do you actually have to go through a process of entering to be a part of these games?
Actually, no. I didn't even know I was put in to be selected.
Are you kidding me?
How
does that work?
The selection that Vicky's talking about is as an ambassador for the games.
Okay.
So around the world we have 30 or 40 ambassadors, 1 or 2 from each country, and Vicky represents South Africa in the World Education Games.
Fantastic. Okay, so you are the face of our games. Now,
yes.
that's a big position to hold. It really is. So you say your strong point is maths. Do you love it? Do you excel at maths?
I love maths completely.
That's amazing. So, I mean, you must be one of those students that just cracks everything when it comes to mathematics.
One of them.
What do you want to do when you get out of school?
I want to study medicine or aeronautical science.
Okay, why not? With mathematics, that's a strong, you need those. So those are the subjects that I suppose you need good maths for. The different side of it is not just maths, is it? There's more to it in these particular games. So every student has to participate in all of the challenges, is that right?
No, there's 3. So it's maths, literacy, and science.
And do you each have to do that, or you
no,
choose
you can
one?
just choose one,
Okay,
or 2,
so
or 3.
All right.
And each one of those games has 20 challenges within it, each
Right.
taking 1 minute. So we allow learners to go on for probably 20 or 30 minutes, take part, and then the rest of them can go on.
Will you be participating in just the math side, or
Just
so you're not brave enough to go into the science and the literacy as well?
Nope.
No, don't blame you. Focus on one and master that one. How are we looking? I mean, in terms of entrance, how many South Africans do you think are going to participate in this?
We're hoping for 200,000.
Wow.
Now, last time it was held, we had 70,000.
Okay.
So we encourage teachers to go and register. The registration is open and has been for a while on worldeducationgames.com.
Yeah.
Teachers can just upload their learners, and then everybody has access from now to practice until Tuesday, when we reset everyone to 0, and then they take part.
So you can enter now still?
Yes.
Anybody can enter up
Yeah.
until just before the games start?
Well, you can actually keep entering any time until it finishes.
Are you representing yourself? Like, for instance, Vicky, is Vicky representing herself, or is she representing her school?
It's schools. It's really schools and class-based. There are learner and class prizes globally and per country. So people take part really on behalf of their school and their country.
Yeah, okay, brilliant. And I imagine it's an easy process to enter. You just get onto the website and follow all of the steps that are asked of you.
Yep, and we'd encourage teachers to do that, because then the whole class is in, or the whole school is in, and everyone's uploaded at the same time.
Okay. The rest of your class, are they going to be participating, Vicky?
Yep, I'm getting everyone involved as
Really?
much as possible.
That's fantastic. I mean, it's an exciting thing and a fun thing to be able to do as well. It really is. So it goes over 3 days, is that right?
Yes, it's 3 days, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday next week.
Yeah.
And finishes essentially at the end of the 15th, which will still be the 16th somewhere in the world.
Okay, okay. Ron, tell us a little bit more about the live digital Hall of Fame on the game's homepage that'll actually be tracking the top scoring learners. How does that work?
Well, because it's online, everybody can compete in real-time challenges against other people on the planet who are also registered. And as you accumulate points, there's a live Hall of Fame per grade and per subject. And as you accumulate points, hopefully your name will appear up there with your name, your flag of your country, and your
Wow.
school.
Lovely. How did South Africa perform last year?
In terms of number of entrants, we were the 7th largest in the world.
Yeah.
And I think we came about 8th overall.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
That does wonders for global perceptions of how education is in South Africa.
Yes, and we need those today.
We certainly do. We certainly do, because I mean that perhaps gives a better understanding as to how our students are actually doing, how our school pupils are doing. But the reality is that it's the access to perhaps rural areas and perhaps to schools that don't have access to computers who are not able to participate. How do we deal with a challenge like that?
Well, in the last 2 or 3 years, there have been massive rollouts of internet by the Department of Education, both nationally and provincially. The MEC in Gauteng has rolled out 88,000 tablets to schools, so the access is growing almost daily.
Yeah, and I know there was that story of Facebook who were wanting to, I think, something from out of space satellites into Africa.
Yes, that's right. They're launching a satellite which will give internet access to essentially the continent of Africa for free.
Fabulous. Let's just wrap this up and very quickly talk to me about the Unicef School in a Box kit. What's that about?
Unicef have a school in a box, which is a big case about this big, which has materials for 80 learners in a school. Now, for every participant point that is accumulated, we donate some money to Unicef, which will allow them to roll out these schools in a box to thousands of schools across the world.
Yeah.
So we're really supportive of Unicef and what they're trying to do.
Excellent. Well, good luck. Good
Thank
luck.
you. Thanks.
And hope the competition does well. Vicky, good luck to you. Represent us well. Get your picture and our flag on that homepage and knock it out the ballpark for us, won't you, on the math side of things. So that was the CEO for Africa when it comes to the World Games of Education. Rob Masefield and Beaulieu Preparatory School learner Vicky Govender, who's excelling in the math side of things, who's also participating in the world's largest education competition, the 2015 World Education Games. You can visit the website worldeducationgames.com and you can still register.
Be students, be teachers, be politicians, be preachers. Be believers, be leaders, be astronauts, be champions, be truth seekers. Be students, be teachers, be politicians, be preachers. Be believers, be leaders, be astronauts, be champions.